What's up, everybody? Doug here with Leaving the Dream. As of May 13th, 2021, 7 people have agreed to testify against Mike Miske and his enterprise. This is video number 1 in a series of videos that I'm doing that outline and discuss the facts as laid out by the 7 people who've turned government witness against Miske and the others. I'm going to do it in the order in which they made the plea agreements. This video in particular is about one Jonah Ortiz. He's the first person to agree to testify against Miske and the others. I want to say mahalo to Ian Lind for his article, which I use as a source of information for this video. Let's get into it. Number 1, Jonah Ortiz. A 41-year-old male is facing kidnapping and drug trafficking charges for his role in various crimes. Jonah Ortiz admitted that in 2017, he, along with Wayne Miller, a man that we'll talk about in another video, who was armed with a handgun, lured a 72-year-old man. He's 72. We'll refer to him as SL. They lured him to Kewalo Basin near Fisherman's Wharf under the guise of hiring him to do tax preparation. SL told investigators that he received a phone call from a man named James, who wanted business and personal tax help. When SL arrived, he said they flashed a gold badge and attempted to handcuff him. When he fought back, they beat him, placed a thick bag over his head, and tied his hands behind his back before forcing him into the back of a car. SL told investigators that the men drove him around for hours, repeatedly telling him that they were going to kill him if he didn't give them money. SL said he eventually gave the men his Visa check card. Shortly after that, they dropped him off near his car, with his head wrapped in tape. Ortiz related that Miske ordered that kidnapping, and that during the kidnapping, they even met with a man named Preston Kimoto, who's a member of Miske's crew. We've talked about him in the past. While they were holding SL in the car during the robbery. Now check this out. In 2002, Ortiz was convicted of meth trafficking and sentenced to 14 years in prison. But his sentence was reduced to 12 years for cooperating with police. Ortiz was actually on supervised release for that crime when this kidnapping took place. Sometime later, when Miller was arrested on drug charges, his car was searched and investigators found multiple firearms and multiple gold-colored police badges. Ortiz also admitted to partnering up with Miller and others in July of 2018 to buy crystal meth in California and sell it in Hawaii. Within 13 months, Ortiz said that they had trafficked at least 4 shipments from California to Hawaii. Ortiz told investigators that around July 13, 2018, he had sold at least 4 ounces of crystal meth to Miller, who then cut it up and resold it to others. And in August of 2018, Ortiz admitted to traveling to California and purchasing a large quantity of crystal meth. He then shipped that meth to Hawaii in multiple parcels. He sent one of those packages containing about 10 ounces of crystal to the Big Island. And he sent the other package containing approximately 1 pound of crystal meth to an unnamed clinic in Honolulu. When he returned to Hawaii on August 18, 2021, he was caught in possession of 142 grams of crystal meth. That's a quarter pound. He also had some heroin and Oxycontin. On top of that, Ortiz had a Smith & Wesson 40 cal handgun with the serial numbers removed and a bunch of ammo. For his cooperation, the feds are willing to reduce his sentencing 2 levels. For a little context, currently there are 43 sentencing levels in the federal system. His robbery charge alone is level 20. And just add to that the trafficking and firearms charges. That dude's looking at a lot of time behind bars. Jonah Ortiz was already sentenced to 188 months in prison and 5 years probation back in January of 2020 for a separate case. Ortiz is currently in federal detention, facing life in prison. In my next video, I'll be discussing Timothy Tabawara, who is the second person to turn state's witness against Mike Miske and his enterprise. For that video, just click right here. And if you haven't watched my other video about Mike Miske and the Miske Enterprises, you can click on this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And until the next time, aloha.